As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And we're underway from Seattle. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. This will be caught by Cooper. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back, motioning right. From the 26 on 2nd down. That's taken in by Wangu. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Now they send their back in motion right. Buys time, rolling right. Throwing deep down the near side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Ball taken in at the 36. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. He picks up 16 on the good return, and it'll be Seahawks football. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Motioning the tight end now. They go play action on first. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So it'll be 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And this won't be a return. It's going to be a touchback, but because it hit in the landing zone first, Brock, per the new rules this season, the ball comes out to the 20 and not the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Running back, motioning right. Back now, pressure on its way. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now they send their back in motion right. 2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But that defense was flying around and making the play.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
You kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. That forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
Juke the defender. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be their football. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Can't get it to him. Incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Putting a receiver in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep down the right. Big game downfield. It's a Seattle touchdown. If anyone is still down that this guy has an NFL caliber arm, Brock, add that to the list of highlights he can use in his defense. That was an NFL throw.
And got to be such a confidence builder. Yes, the game is faster. Yes, the windows are smaller. But when you execute with precision, touchdowns can follow.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back, motioning right. 1st and 10, looking to throw. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Another throw coming on 2nd and 10. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. Looking back towards the middle, and that's going to be intercepted. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Another score here in this first quarter, Brock, as they continue dominating in this opening frame.
You know what I love here, Kate? This defense is seizing on a sputtering opponent, and they're actively trying not just to defend the lead, but to add to it.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks push their lead to 21-zip already. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. And that falls incomplete. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And it sets up second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to one to work with now. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Looking to the air here. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Jamie Gillett on now to punt. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. New set of downs for him from the 46. Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up second and 18 at the 46-yard line.
They kick the running back in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Third and long for him here. Deep shot doesn't quite work out, so that's an incomplete pass.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He'll throw again on second down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
Now, do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick six to watch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling on to this lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. From his own end zone, here we go. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They're out and set, first and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. Wangu on the catch. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. He's dropping back to throw. Sideline throw complete to Cooper. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Looking for a throw here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they hit it right after he made that catch. That's going to deny him the first. It's fourth down. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. The Seahawks with an early lead. Back to Seattle after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They are looking at fourth down, however. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They'll throw it again. He's going deep this time. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
They'll throw on second and 10. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now they send their back in motion right. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Leonard Williams applying the hit there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw now. He's on the move. Oh, he got free. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The big play nets them 17 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Forced out to his right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Working quickly here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Brought in close to the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you need to make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Gano ready to send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They're throwing it. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks running away with it in the 2nd quarter. 3-touchdown game for the rookie. That's pretty good in your debut season, Brock. But then you look at the clock and you see, oh wait, we still have a whole half of football to play.
Yes, when some of that psychology comes into play, don't just be satisfied. You can look at it one of two ways. I'm satisfied with what I've done, or you look at it and go, I got another half. I can throw 3 more of these babies.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. This will be caught by Cooper. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll try and throw it here. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Hyatt with the grab. And they hit him right after he made that catch. That's going to deny him the first. It's 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Gano ready to send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Pass complete to Walker. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Walker hauls it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Kid arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Giants watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our 1st half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that 1st half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the 2nd half has in store for us. Gano ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hauled in left side. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Man in motion out of the slot. They send a man in motion. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. Nice bit of burst to search forward for enough to go get that burst by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he's able to work this down to the 41. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and 3. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... He connects on the deep shot. Touchdown, Seattle. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks continue adding on to that lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's taken in by Wangu. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Taking a deep shot here. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They are throwing it again. Finds Hyatt. And they make the tackle at the 38. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Still sticking with the passing game. Wangu on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours. You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll throw it yet again. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders players hear from their coaches: read and react, read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Seahawks take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. Throwing with a blitz on the way. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. To the air, 3rd and long. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. And this will stick him back a ways. That punt hits and jumps out of bounds near the 14. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks are going to take over after the interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play. And that is their 4th interception of this contest. Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now. First and 10, looking to throw. He throws a bullet to this. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. So the big play moves him well past midfield. Has him set up now at the 35. Throwing from the gun here. Brought in right side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Walker. And he won't get anything there. second and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. On the move, headed right. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you've got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's been a great time at the stadium for this crowd. Their side has turned this into a blowout as we start the 4th.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. The Giants using their first timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets this to Slayton. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Giants will have a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They've got a man in motion. They'll throw on 2nd and 10. That pass caught by Wangu. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Third and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense and looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Now looking to throw. And they pick him off again. And he's out in the clear. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Rookie quarterback Brock threw it away their last drive. It seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Yeah, these are the valuable lessons you have to learn from. You cannot be a mistake repeater. But being a rookie quarterback at App State, he threw 28 of them his rookie year. Sometimes you just learn on the job, but you cannot repeat those kind of mistakes.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tack on 7 more to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Hyatt with the grab. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Hits him on the in route. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Throwing now, needing a first. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Walker on 1st down. He breaks the tackle, and he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 19. He finds Fant. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Running left, here's Walker. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Trying again, Walker. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Seahawks continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Rolling left, buying some time. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Finds him on the crossing route. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Giants just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Throwing now on 1st down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Here's a throw. Complete. It's Cooper. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. 1st down throw from Wilson. Has it down close. He has the New York touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants take 7 points off the deficit.
Giants 17. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano ready to send this away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rule starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks throwing 6 more on the blowout. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Point after up and good for Myers. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
Their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
And they pick him off again. And the Seahawks take over on his 5th interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Hayward, I'm Kate Scott. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Seattle.
What are you doing? Why can't we score? Are you kidding?